Hi, BookTube. I finally finished American Prometheus. It's a book on J. Robert Oppenheimer. If you've, for the very few of you that follow my channel, you realize you know that I've been reading this for a period of a long time. During the course of reading this book, I had 3 tooth extractions. Um, that caused a significant amount of difficulty. Slowed me down a bit, but so did the pain beforehand. So it is what it is. But it did slow me down. It is a dense book, as you can see. We have the book itself. I think is 600 pages. Yeah, just shy of 600 pages. Then we have some extensive notes in your index. Carries over to 700 some pages. And this initially came out, it's like about 21 years ago now. Though the film was very popular a couple of years ago, the book was written before that, and the research for the book took even longer. At the end here, there's author's acknowledgments, which if you ever read this, you should really check out. You can really get a feel of how long this took and how many people it takes to write something like this. You're not just writing in a vacuum. And this is something that Martin Sherwin worked on for a very long time. And then apparently met up with Kai Bird. And it's, I don't know exactly how they worked it out, but the vibe I get is Kai Bird wrote like the bulk of the book on the research materials that and writing that Martin provided. There's definitely periods where I felt that there were two distinct author voices, and I would say particularly towards in the long descriptions of earlier on was Oppenheimer. Was he a communist? Was he not? What organizations were involved in? So it's pretty long undertaking, and at the end with this sham trial or proceedings, whatever you want to call it, with Louis Strauss, who was played by Robert Downey Jr. in the film. I could definitely feel what I'm assuming was Martin Sherwin's voice there, as the tone changed quite a bit. Kai definitely has a more streamlined, easier approach to his writing. So I think it's really good that these two authors work together. I don't think the book would have been nearly as successful on all counts without this combined effort. But yeah, it's interesting. There's a lot of people involved here. Behind the scenes and within the book itself. It's been a long time since I've read a book where you're introduced to so many people, and there's a lot of stories here, and this could just spin off to tons of other books because just fascinating characters all around. I recall now it's been a couple of years since I've seen the film. I would say from my recollection that overall did a good job of capturing most of this book, particularly the build-up and building of the bomb. But I think as well as they did after that with this whole Strauss going after an Oppenheimer and this trial of sorts for revoking his security clearance, you would have had to make a whole nother film to capture what's caught here. It's a really grueling, awful, life-draining process that Strauss put him through. And even before that, even before Strauss was involved, the constant, were you a communist or not, stuff throughout Oppenheimer's involvement with the government must have been just absolutely draining. So real quick, you start off in his younger years, his family, his younger years. We go through his college. He quickly goes from just being a college student to teaching, and then you know, his achievements in physics, and then his involvement with the Los Alamos project, which Manhattan Project, which was the Manhattan Project, which was the building of the bomb. Then we get to the aftermath of the bomb, and then his opposing of the building of the hydrogen bomb, which is like a super bomb, a version of the atomic bomb. And that's what I mean. You start to see real tie-ins to today of, they try to portray him as a non-American because he was opposed to the hydrogen bomb, which is, I mean, the things he was proposing, and he's just taking a more intellectual approach to things, and these people just ran all over him, and you see this today. One of the things you also see today is, after the bomb, there was this rise of, among people like, oh my, cheering of scientists, and science was the hot thing and all that, and then when then later with all the McCarthyism and him opposing the hard, opposing, I don't know, it's weird how they try to frame it against them with the hydrogen bomb, but you just start seeing how much that whole propaganda machine goes, especially here, non-American, and they start playing all the communist angles, and it's really heartbreaking. And then it gets into his final years, and here he is with his famous cigarette, which helped kill him. He died of throat cancer that spread pretty quickly. His doctors did not pick that up very well. And it also follows up with his family, which ends on a gut punch that I wasn't aware of. So, yeah. Do you need to read it? I mean, I don't know. If you have an interest in this gives all the details. If you're not looking for that, maybe you need something shorter. I found to be a very interesting read, and hope to return to it, or at least return to it in part, I'm sure. And thankfully, this publication by Vintage held up really well. Like, I mean, the binding is still solid. I mean, at the end here, I mean, I'm holding it like this, and it's taking all the weight. It's got great flexibility here. I mean, this is like, I think, the 23rd printing. So I don't know if earlier printings are as well made or what. There's our Oppenheimer when he's younger. There are 2 photo sections, and each of the chapters, or each of the main sections, start off with you get a photo there. So yeah, so it's finally finished up, and I went back to mention this in my last video, Original Sin by Jake Tapper and Alex Thompson. Where am I at here? I've read 72 pages here. This is not very good. It's not even, I don't know. It's this was clearly rushed through. This is kind of embarrassing at times. So much is not fleshed out, and there's a lot of raising up of Biden, and then quickly taking him down, and bringing up good points and then taking him down. There's a weird section here on Hunter, and it's really crude the way they did it. They just kind of rip Hunter apart, but they don't really follow it through with details. The book's not fleshed out well. And then we also have a chapter. I'm sorry, I'm not sure which one it is. Looking here, there is a chapter here which briefly covers the cover up of numerous issues and with politicians and dementia and other kind of ailments that were covered up. I'm seeing I'm running long here. I'm sorry. Anyway, that chapter right there was the basis of a much better book than this, and they really should have gone with that. Instead, we get this, which really honestly just does come across as a hippie. There is nothing here that I've read so far, and all the problems that are just, can you believe this about Biden? This all applies to Trump right now. It's like unreal. But here it's, I mean, even the stupid freaking title, Original Sin, with this really grim cover here. I don't know. And again, I've mentioned in previous book, I mean, it was cheesy layout. I mean, you could see how quickly they had to put this out. I'm not sure that I'll finish. I might just, it's not a hard read by any means. Nothing like this Oppenheimer book. Anyway, thanks for listening.